ladies, fruit flies, and allies. It has been entirely too long since I've gotten to visit with y'all about butt stuff.
So, we're gonna fix that.
Before we get into the topic of the day, though, we're going to take care of that classic channel maintenance. So if you're new here, consider clicking that subscribe button and dinging the bell. The bell gives you notifications every time I upload new content to the channel, which is 2 times every single week. Contrary to popular belief, I am not psychic, so if you enjoy the content, you're going to need to click that like button and leave me a comment below. Also, if you're not already, head over to the socials. You'll find me at Barrett_Laurie at Instagram and Twitter. Give me a follow and engage with me there. I look forward to chatting with you. What brought on today's video is I was going through my journals from 2020 and ran across my entry from January 12th of 2020. And in that entry, I talk about how I am recovering from my surgery. I'm grateful to have all of the help and love that I have around me at the time, but that I am still in a lot of pain and I still can't quite sit down, even with the pain medication. And we're talking, they had given me some powerful pain meds, and they still weren't allowing me to sit down. And I thought, my gosh, is this like what my life is going to be forever? That I won't be able to sit upright in a chair like I'm doing with you now. And when I read that entry, it kind of breaks my heart because I see and feel so much of my frustration and pain, the anxiety, feeling like I did something wrong, even though when your bum starts popping anal fistulas, like, it's not like you really did anything to cause that. There was definitely this feeling of like, okay, well, they told me it wasn't Crohn's disease, which I talk about at length in the entry in my journal. I'm almost devastated to say they don't think it's Crohn's, and I feel another hole, which tells me maybe there's another fistula that they missed. Is that even possible? Because we're talking, I'm out of surgery just a few days at this point, and thinking like, how can there be another fistula, right? Like, that's just not possible. The 17th of January will be the 1-year anniversary of my follow-up appointment with my surgeon, Dr. Smith, where she looked at my bum and was doing my follow-up on my surgery for my first seton, which she thought would correct the fistula and we'd all move on and it'd be fine because, again, no inflammation was found in my first colonoscopy. She has me in for that 1-week follow-up and she says,
I don't believe it. You're right. There is a second hole here that was not here last week. Like I was inside. I was on the outside. Like I can't believe what I'm seeing. This could only be if you have Crohn's. I need to send you to a GI specialist and we need to book a surgery for mid-February.
Which ended up happening February 17th to put in a second seton. I wanted to do the 1-year video for anyone out there who is not sure what your diagnosis is yet. If you've been on a journey figuring out what's going on with your health and you are a chronic illness warrior who doesn't have a straight answer on what's afflicting you, don't lose hope. It is really tough, and rereading those journal entries from that week, from when pretty much the few weeks before I had the first surgery to the point where we definitely booked the second surgery for February, where I knew, okay, we're gonna get this fixed. Someone's gonna address this, like, things are happening. I see nothing but like despair and sadness in those pages of my journal. And so I wanted to acknowledge that for folks out there who may be going through the same thing or don't have a solid diagnosis yet. Don't lose hope, don't give up. Here I sit a year out from that surgery and reading those pages where I can feel the anxiety coming off the page about, will I ever sit again? Will I ever drive a car again? Because I had not driven a car by myself without excruciating pain at that point for 2 months. Here I sit a year out from that and I can sit upright. I've actually been able to sit upright since May, June of last year. And I would squarely put the thing that changed the trajectory of my healing with Remicade. So being put on Remicade infusions changed my game completely. And we still don't have the dosage figured out quite right just yet. So for example, most people, once they get out of the loading zone of Remicade, which is where your treatments are more close together, you get treatments every 2 months. Currently, I am getting Remicade infusions every 6 weeks, and my doctor is fussing with my insurance company to push those to every single month. That medication has changed my life. Those Remicade infusions are tough. The day I go in, I'm usually pretty wiped and tired when I get home because I do take pre-meds, Benadryl, and Tylenol. I find that for the days leading up to it, I'm usually starting to wear out, wind wind down. I don't have as much energy as I've had before, and the symptoms of the disease kind of catch up to me. I have my infusion, and within 2 or 3 days, sometimes 4 days after the infusion, I'm back to my old self and feeling good as new. I also would say that azathioprine, which is the immunosuppressant that I'm on, has also been a major player in getting this flare under control. I am hopeful in May to be in remission, which would be absolutely amazing. And we'll keep working towards that. I'm doing a diet and everything I can to kind of keep up and on track to hit remission in May. But I feel you. I understand how hard it is when you're sitting there without a diagnosis, wondering when something's gonna break. Why can't they figure out what's wrong with me? All of those things do incredible damage to your psyche. I understand and I feel you. So hang in there. I promise it will get better. If you need some support, hop in the comments below. You can find me on social media. My DMs are always open to folks with chronic illness. I'm happy to visit with you. I'm happy to cheer you on and do what I can to provide you support that you need to take on something like this. 1 year from the first surgery. It's hard to believe just to see how far I've come in that 1 year, how much better I feel. And there definitely have been some setbacks. The stuff with the liver disease, which I'll link to that video here. For those of you with Crohn's disease, if you're not paying attention to your liver health, you're not doing it right. So make sure you talk to your doctor about labs every time you go in for an infusion or regular checkup to check your labs, check your liver, have a fibro scan, just stay on top of it. Do not let your liver health get away from you. There is a connection that they are studying now between liver health and Crohn's patients. I'm taking opportunities to sign up for studies like the one I'm in now. I will find out this next infusion if I was chosen for the placebo group or the study group, which would allow me to have my Remicade infusions in 90 minutes instead of the 2.5, 3 hours that they are done now. So maybe that's not for you. Maybe you're not someone who wants to sign up for studies, but if you're at a research hospital and you're open to it, ask your GI, hey, are there any studies I can get involved in that can help move the research for Crohn's forward? Because every little bit helps. Keep that in mind. That's another way to be a Crohn's warrior, but there's no wrong way to do it. Just keep doing you, keep pushing forward, keep doing what you need to stay well and healthy. And I'm sending you all of the best vibes. Best advice I could give anyone is keep a journal, because just like today, when I was looking back over where I was last year, it really helps me, even though I'm still frustrated that I'm locked in at home and can't go anywhere because of the virus. I can look back and see where I was a year ago and be like, holy cow, I am in a much better place now than I was then. And I really appreciate having that to look back on. It's also good to look back and know what your symptoms were, what you were feeling, your emotional state. All of those things can be helpful if you're still on the hunt for a diagnosis for your chronic illness. I'm sending you all the love and light. If you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button and ding the bell. The bell gives you notifications every time I upload new content to the channel, which is 2 times every single week. I appreciate you for liking and commenting on this video. And if you're not already, head over to the socials and give me a follow at Barrett_Laurie at Twitter and Instagram. I look forward to engaging with you there. Stay healthy and well.